I once again welcome my students to their economics class. So let us begin with today's lesson. We are dealing with the chapter Employment, Informalization and Growth. So we were dealing with the different types of unemployment in the last class. So some of the top unemployment and its forms we have already discussed. The rest we are going to take up in today's class. Now we will begin with the first one, that is open unemployment. Now what is open unemployment? Open unemployment is an unemployment which is easily detectable, which can be easily traced out, which is visible, which is obvious, which is apparent, which is evident. Now what is open unemployment? Open unemployment is a situation in which a person is willing to work, has the ability to work, and is also ready to accept the prevailing wages, but is unable to find employment or work. Now, why did I say that it is apparent or it is visible? Because later on I would be comparing it with another form of unemployment that is known as disguised unemployment, which is non-apparent, which is non-visible. So you need to understand the difference between disguised unemployment and open unemployment. Open unemployment is detectable, whereas disguised unemployment, which I will discuss later, is not detectable. Next, seasonal unemployment. I know that you already have an idea about what is seasonal unemployment. Let me explain what the word seasonal unemployment relates to. As you see, the word seasonal is being used. Season means a particular period of time, a season. Generally, when the workers are unemployed during a given period of the year or during a particular season, they are said to be seasonally unemployed. Now, what are the examples of seasonal unemployment? Seasonal unemployment is generally seen in the rural areas. For example, when the crops are sown and the harvest is maturing, during that period of time, the farmers are generally rendered unemployed and have no work because the crops are maturing and they don't have any other source of income. During this period of time when they have no work, when the crops are sown and by the time they get ready, they are said to be seasonally unemployed. The seasonal unemployment refers to the unemployment in which the workers are without work during a given period of the year. But I said that although it is more prominent in the rural sector, it is also there in the urban areas. In urban areas, we can find seasonal unemployment amongst construction workers when they get unemployed or they are without work during the rainy season and there is no construction work taking place. Now we will move to the next. Disguised unemployment. Now what is disguised unemployment? Disguised unemployment is one of the most serious forms of unemployment. Disguised unemployment is also a form of underemployment when a person is working below his productive potential. Disguised unemployment is said to occur when more than required number of workers are working in a particular job, as such that if few of the workers are removed from work, the total output of production is not influenced or does not get affected. These people who are removed from work and whose removal does not affect the production or output are said to be disguisedly unemployed. I will help you to understand the concept of disguised unemployment using an example. For example, if 10 people are working in a given plot of land and using the available resources, they are producing 10 kgs of 100 kgs of wheat. If 10 laborers are producing 100 kgs of wheat, the output of each labor is 10 kgs. Now supposingly I remove 2 people from work. Now using the same resources, the 8 laborers are still able to generate an output of 100 kgs of wheat. 10 laborers were earlier producing 100 and now 8 laborers are also producing 100 kgs of wheat. This shows that 2 laborers were disguisedly unemployed. That means removal of 2 laborers did not affect the productivity. The total output remains unaffected. What happens in disguised unemployment is that there are more than required number of people engaged in a work and they tend to earn their living or income without contributing up to their productive potential. Initially, when 10 people were producing 100 kgs, the output of each labor was 10 kg. Now when 8 laborers are producing 100 kgs, the output of each labor is 12.5 kgs, which shows that the per capita output or the per capita income generating capacity of each labor is much higher as compared to what it was when more number of people were working. This shows that people in case of disguised unemployment are underemployed or paid less than their productivity, or they are underpaid. It is a serious form of unemployment, as I said, because it is difficult to find out people who are facing disguised unemployment, because they seem to be working but actually they are disguisedly unemployed and they are underemployed and they are not working up to their productive capacity. Disguised unemployment is a kind of unemployment in which people look like employed but actually not employed fully. Not employed fully, that is underemployed. Then it is a hidden unemployment. That means it is not easily detectable. It's not easily visible. Thus, a very serious form of unemployment. Since you can't detect it, you can't find it out, you can't eradicate and can't solve it. Other forms of unemployment are evident and you can have measures to eradicate them. People are engaged in a work. Then, in other words, it refers to a situation of employment when more than required or surplus manpower in which some workers have zero marginal productivity. That means the output of some laborers is zero. That is all about disguised unemployment. Now we move to the next. Technological unemployment. Technological unemployment is quite similar to structural unemployment. When there is modernization taking place, technologies undergoing change. Due to changes in technologies, the present set of workers are unaware to use these new technologies and hence they are unable to cope up with the nature of work and they are removed from work. When they face joblessness due to upcoming of modern techniques, modern procedures of work, they are said to be technologically unemployed. For example, initially machines were not being used, computers were not introduced, most of the works in the offices and the corporate sectors was done manually. When computer was launched, many of the workers who were earlier working in these factories did not have the knowledge of operating computers. Hence they were removed from work and new skilled and expertise set of workers who knew how to operate these computers were kept by the firms and organizations. So the earlier set of workers had to face technological unemployment. Somewhat structural unemployment. It takes place when there is a result, as a result of technological improvement taking place in an economy. Then it is usually faced when new machines, improvement in the methods of production, labor saving devices, etc. are introduced. Some workers tend to be replaced by machine. This is known as technological unemployment. So, this was all about the different types of unemployment. We have finished with the majority of the types. Next class when we meet, we would be dealing with the other two, educated and in general rural and urban forms of unemployment, and we would finish the topic, the types of unemployment. So far, I expect you to prepare your short notes dealing with the different types of unemployment, discuss the meaning, the concept, and then also point-wise write out what are the factors responsible for these kinds of unemployment, and later when we deal with the measures, you must be able to relate the measures to eradicate the different forms of unemployment that I am discussing at present. Thank you. Stay safe. Do take care of yourself.